If you've been collecting watches for a while, you're definitely gonna know what I'm talking about. Because there comes a point in every collector's journey where something just shifts. You buy another watch, maybe it's one you've been eyeing for a while. But then when you get it and it arrives, it just doesn't hit like it used to. You see, you open that box, you turn it over in your hands, and you feel, I don't say nothing, but the joy, the spark, the thrill, it just faded. But get this, the problem isn't the watches. It's quietly what's happening with your experiences of them. And if you're not careful, you'll start chasing more and more only to feel less and less. Now today, I'm gonna break down the science, the psychology of why this is happening and how you can prevent it. Before we get into the video, if you want to support the channel trying to value stories over specs and bring real watch storytelling to everyday collectors like you and me, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hate asking, but the data shows it really does help, and over 90% of people actually aren't subscribed to the channel. And so as a thank you, here's a video of my daughter in a shirt costume.
Subscribe.
Also, this video is going to be sponsored by you. Yes, you. I'll explain it a little bit more later. Let's hop into it. I still remember my first watch that I really wanted. I checked the tracking number like I was a kid waiting on Christmas. And the moment it hit my mailbox, I just felt invincible. The excitement of opening it up. And then after that, I was hooked. But after watch 5, 10, 20, 50, for me 150, one day I opened up a new package. I looked down at the watch and technically it was everything that I wanted, but I just didn't feel the same. And I think if you've been collecting for a while, you probably know what I mean. This isn't just a you problem. There's actually a science behind it and why the excitement fades. It's called the hedonic adaptation. And the idea is pretty simple. You see, our brains are wired to return to a baseline of happiness. No matter what the thing is we acquire, you get a raise, you get a new car, or the perfect watch, and pretty soon it'll just feel like another Tuesday. What once thrilled you becomes normal. And in collecting, that creates something I'm gonna call experience inflation. You see, the more that you add to your collection, the less emotional value each new piece seems to hold. But here's the paradox. Even when the joy fades, we still keep collecting. And the question is why? Because it's not the watch that we're actually addicted to. Many people, it's addicted to the anticipation of the watch. See, psychologists call this a dopamine feedback loop. And the real thrill happens before the watch actually arrives. See, we chase the hit, not the watch itself. And over time, it takes more and more to get to that same rush. Whether it be more money, more rarity, maybe more risk, but all of it comes down to less reward. Now, before I explain to you how to get rid of this, I have to talk about who's sponsoring the channel. And the sponsor is actually you. And you might be a little bit confused, but it's your stories that run this channel. So if you go to the description, you'll see the website link to Unwound.com, where you can submit your watch collecting stories. Maybe it's your first piece. Maybe it's an anniversary. Maybe it's a grail that you've yet to achieve. I want to hear your stories so that I can showcase them, whether it be on the website, on the Instagram, or the YouTube channel coming up soon. And if you'd like to be interviewed, let me know as well, because those are going to be starting here as well. So thank you for sponsoring the channel and supporting the Wrist Unwound movement. But let's get back in the video and let's talk about how we can help you get past this problem. So how do you get this feeling back? You see, I don't think it's about completely quitting the hobby, which I did in the aspects. It's kind of confusing. There's a video about it. I'll link it at the end of the video. Just check it out. But if you want to know some concrete steps at how to get this feeling back, I'm going to break it down to you in some easy steps. The first step is actually just to begin with intentional collecting. Set rules, whether it be only buy pieces tied to a life event, only vintage, only gifts, maybe only one per year. But you got to make the hunt matter again. And so by setting up different parameters, that'll add a little bit of excitement back into the chase and making sure you're not buying watches that don't fit your collecting strategy. So that way you're more curating a collection more than just buying things to put into a piece. The concrete step number 2 to how to get the feeling back is to start a watch fasting season. See, whether that be just wearing one watch for a month or limiting your rotation or just having no new purchases, sit with it, feel the weight. Remember why you bought the pieces that you bought in the first place. When you give them a little bit more love, or you hold yourself back, it'll create more excitement and it'll also prevent you from buying the wrong piece in the future. Concrete step number 3 is actually to give a watch away. And I know that sounds a little backwards, but try it. Pick one that doesn't move you anymore and gift it to someone who's never owned a real watch and just watch their eyes light up. Sometimes the joy is rediscovered through generosity. And also, it allows other people to come into this hobby that you love so much as well. A while back, I gave my daughter one of my old Timex pieces. It wasn't rare or expensive, but she just asked me about it, why I wore it, what it meant. And I told her that was one of the ones that I used on one of my runs during a race. And this is something that inspired me to finish through the run. And I saw that she, even in her young age, could understand that that watch was a little bit more special than the other ones. And so when she holds that watch, she says, "Daddy, this is your running watch." That's important. When you can tie the stories to a watch, it adds so much more meaning to it. And it felt exciting to me to see the joy in her face and understanding what that watch meant. See, I think when I can tell the stories behind a watch, when you can tell the stories behind your watches, it allows you to feel something that you maybe, if you hadn't, you can feel it in a long time. And that's gonna be joy. Because you realize it's not about owning a watch, but it's about sharing its story, which is why I still want yours in the description down below. But I think we can all realize experience inflation is real. And if you're feeling it, you're not alone. But the answer isn't always the next purchase. Sometimes it's looking back, sometimes it's just pressing pause, and sometimes it's giving something away, so someone else can feel what you once did and bring yourself back into the hobby. You see, watches are beautiful, but their meaning, that's what makes them timeless. Now, if you learned something new, or you want to continue the conversation, let me know in the comments down below. And while you're here, you might actually enjoy one of these videos that YouTube picked just for you, or we'll have the video that I just talked about why I actually quit collecting. I know, it's an oxymoron, but it'll make more sense. But for everything, there's a season, and for every watch, a story. Thanks for sharing this with me. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Peace.